How's it going, everybody? Rob Ray here today, and we are back with our Ottawa Senators franchise mode. In today's episode, guys, we are in round one of the playoffs here in year number 3 up against the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, I think it's year number 3. It should be. No, it's year number 4. I think it might be year number 4. Anyway, we had a very good regular season at 52, 24, and 4. Good enough for first place in the Atlantic and first place in the entire league. It's just unreal. We almost hit 300 goals on the season. Nobody else got even, well, I guess the Blackhawks kind of got close, but and in goals against, we also were one of the top 5 teams in the league at goals against. So can't complain about that at all. Power plays clicking and the penalty kill is clicking as well. Colin White's point machine is racking up those points. And now let's go ahead and check out the lines in today's first round matchup. So we got Brady Tkachuk, Tim Stützle, and Brennan Worrell. He got promoted ice time, and he had a really good rookie season. 31 goals, 50 points. I mean, that's ridiculous, especially since he is only a power forward. He's not a sniper, but that shooting category is ridiculous. Then we've got Kerfoot, who we signed this offseason, who has been really good and found chemistry with Colin White and Jesse Puljujarvi. Then we've got the other rookie, Pelletier, here with Logan Brown and Philip Forsberg, which is turning out to be a very, very good line. Forsberg down there on the third line. Don't know if it's worthwhile to keep him there on the third line, especially since he's making $7 million. If we have an opportunity to go after a guy like Austin Matthews in free agency, he could be the first casualty. I will look to bring back Jesse Puljujarvi. He's young, he's 25, whereas Philip Forsberg is 29. I know he's a little bit higher rated. Take a look at their stats, though. I'm kind of curious. He had 67 and 69 points, 34 and 24 goals, respectively, playing 19 and 17 minutes. And let's go to Jesse Puljujarvi, who had played 17 and then 18 minutes, but only put up 54 and 49. So maybe Puljujarvi's the guy that I should look to move on from. I wonder how many of those points were power play points from Forsberg. A lot of those points were power play points. He had 28 points on the power play this season, whereas Puljujarvi only had 8. So if you look at even strength points, it's more even. Jesse Puljujarvi's not getting that special teams time that Forsberg is. Actually, I don't know where I don't have Puljujarvi playing any special teams time, which is intriguing. Kerfoot's been too good to drop from the power play, and the power play is working, so I'm not going to do anything to it until potentially something happens. I'm playing Pelletier over Puljujarvi on the power play. He just fits. Anyway, let's go ahead and check out those defensive pairings here, guys. We've got Thomas Chabot and Dougie Hamilton. It's probably the last go round for Dougie Hamilton. $8 million for 1 year. We still have Jamie Drysdale, and we do have players in the system like Roy, Lahoe, Willenine could even, probably not, but we do have options like Reese Chichu. Could grow for us. We have options, and I think it's time to let Dougie Hamilton walk. He's been very, very good for us in these 3 seasons. We've had him getting more and more points every season, 43, 50, and then 60. So ending on a high note, hopefully. Then we got Eric Brandstrom, who's now an 86 overall, playing with Josh Manson, and then Cam Fowler and Jamie Drysdale. Jamie Drysdale doesn't exactly fit the scheme. Had an okay season, and hopefully one that he can build off of. And then we've got John Gibson in goal, who had a nice season. I can't say he had a ridiculous season. Last season was ridiculous. This season was good. I'll take that. Slightly below average on the save percentage. Goal against average is fine. We did have the best defense in the league. Mads Sogard was our backup. You can see here he played only 1 game, but he did win it. 913 save percentage and a 200 goal against average. So that is good. But what does Montreal look like, and what is standing in our way from winning? Going back to the Stanley Cup, I should say. We haven't won the Stanley Cup yet, but feel good about our chances this year. I definitely feel good with the way the team is performing. Anyway, the Montreal Canadiens have Alex Ovechkin. How did he do in Montreal? He had put up 85 points in 82 games, a bounce back after his 2 seasons there in Florida. I thought he got traded for a second, but he had a great first season, a really poor second season. They moved on. He did bounce back. But he's centered by Jesperi Kotkaniemi and Brendan Gallagher. And they've got Radulov, Suzuki, Smith, Nick Merkley, Jonathan Toews, and Schnarr. That's right, they did go after Toews, I believe, at the deadline last year. No, they just signed him in free agency. 58 points, third line center. He's fine. How much do they give him? That's really a decent deal for a guy like Jonathan Toews. And then Ryan Poehling, Rupstov, and Josh Anderson. Josh Anderson's contract Well, it's not horrible. It is horrible. 5.5 million for a fourth line winger. Not what you want to see. Forward core is good. I'd give us the slight edge there. Defensive core is bad. They have Mete and Fleury, Petrie and Oli Mata, Matt Benning and Josh Brook. Jeff Petrie is having a great season in real life and is kind of fallen off. He's 36 here. So our defensive core is incredibly superior to the Montreal Canadiens. And in goal, they are using Caden Primo or Carey Price. I'm not sure who's starting more games for them. Carey Price had a 900 with a 313, playing 69 games, so Carey Price does seem to be their starter. Caden Primo, yikes. This is a team that's got a bad defense, so hopefully we're able to put some numbers on it. Vasilev, they should be playing him in the minors, not scratching him in the NHL. Anyway, guys, let's get it underway here against Montreal. Round number 1. 2021, 2022, 2023. Oh, so we are in the 4th season. I did the math right just now in my head. I'm sure you guys just saw that. Math in my head. Season number 4 playoffs underway. That's right. We made the playoffs. Did we win the division? And then we narrowly squeaked in to the playoffs and lost to Tampa. And then year 3, last year we made it to Stanley Cup. Now what can we do in year number 4? First period, getting our first goal. There's Worrell on the first line, getting his first career NHL playoff goal. Second period, it's 2-2. Cam Fowler scores, but Gallagher and then Mete bounce back with goals and tie this game at 2. Mete with the equalizer, and then Brendan Gallagher scores his second, and Montreal has a 3-2 advantage. And I'm sitting here feeling super confident, and now we're losing. It's a 3-2 lead for Montreal, and they got a power play. They can't capitalize on it, but Kerfoot is going to equalize for us. I hate when both teams are red. And then Philip Forsberg on the third line. Colin White, too. An absolute goal explosion. Tim Stützle. And we win 6-3. It may look comfortable to everyone that didn't watch and wakes up in the morning and checks TSN, but it was definitely not that close or that much of a blowout. I mean, it was really close. I mean, it's just we happened to put up a goal every 2 minutes for the last 6.5 minutes. We put up 4 goals. So let's see what worked and what didn't work. Offensively, Fowler and Drysdale was a great pairing, so that is good to see. A guy like Jamie Drysdale playing well in the playoffs. What didn't work was Shabbat was a -1. Not the end of the world. Gibson had a decent game. I won't say he had a fantastic game, but it was decent. It was fine. He's not playing up to the elite standards I have set or have come to expect from him, but he's still playing at a good level. Anyway, Stützle leads the team in points. It's great to see our young players really coming into their prime now. First period of game number 2 goes very horribly. Smith, Anderson, Mete. Mete is a goal machine. I dissed that defensive core, guys. Mete's making me pay for it. Second period, it's 4-1. We got a goal with Pelletier getting his first playoff goal, but Nick Suzuki on Sogard. It's a 4-1 game for Montreal after they put in 3 goals right away in the first period. And if we're to have any hope, we need one now at the halfway point. That's going to be Brendan Gallagher's goal, and that's probably going to be all she wrote, as Montreal is going to steal one on the road. No crazy comebacks coming this time. 6-1 now. I'm going to skip the rest. Oh my goodness. We actually did make it interesting, but it was just too little too late. White scores 2, and then Thomas Shabbat scores 1 on Primo. So it looks like Primo is their starting goaltender. Is that correct? Yeah, Primo is the guy they're going with, and he didn't have a good game, but we didn't have a good game either. Who was bad that game? Dougie Hamilton, Thomas Shabbat, Roslovic. So it was the bottom lines that got kind of bodied a bit. And the first defensive pairing. The first defensive pairing has not been good in these playoffs. It's not been great right away. Let's check out those defensive pairings. He's a -3. I'm gonna move Brandstrom up for Dougie Hamilton. Dougie Hamilton is right-handed. Manson is right-handed. No, I definitely don't want to do that. Do I want to do... No, I definitely don't want to do that either. Okay, so Brandstrom and Shabbat is the new pairing as we head to Montreal. Just a quick switch up. Other than that, I think things are working, especially on the offensive end. First period, especially on the offensive end for both teams. Brandstrom scores on the power play, followed by a power play goal by Kotkaniemi, then power play goal by Stützle. Rubstov, then White, Ovechkin, and then Radulov gets another power play goals. We have 7 goals on 20 shots. Second period, it's still 5-4. Ovi gets another power play goal, and Pelletier scores another from the third line. It's a 5-4 game for Montreal, and they get a power play. Can we equal on the power play? We cannot get the equalizer. Halfway through this third period, Montreal still holds a 1-goal advantage. I don't know what's going on right now with our defense, but something is not working, ladies and gentlemen. With 2 minutes to go, is there a hero? It's Josh Anderson scoring on Gibson before we can actually pull him. It's a 6-4 game. What didn't work? Cam Fowler, Kerfoot. I mean, it's not like anything's really playing that poorly besides John Gibson. John Gibson is really the issue right now. If we take a look at the goalies, it's Gibson. I might bench Gibson for Sogard just to see what happens. Just for a game. It's only been 2 losses. I don't want to play too risky here, but I need to change something up. I'm gonna bring in Sogard. Gibson has been very, very poor. I hate to turn away from my elite goalie, but a 5.69 goal against average, you need to sit for a game. Anyway, the offense is there. Game number 4. Can we just get the defense to click too? First period, it's 1-0 Montreal. Brook on Sogard, but hey, it's a little bit better. Not as big of a score so far as last game. Second period, we equalize with Brady Tkachuk, and this is a nice defensive game. They are playing Caden Primo. I am playing Mads Sogard. Anyway, 1-1. We get a power play. Can we take the lead? We do not take the lead. Colin White does give us the lead, though, not on the power play. And Jack Roslovic doubles our tally there in the third period. It's a 3-1 advantage right now. And Kotkaniemi scores with 5 minutes to go. It's really ramping up the pressure now. 2 minutes, 1 minute. Is there any late drama? There is not. A 3-2 victory. And a very, very nice one, I should say. Jamie Drysdale and Cam Fowler were a -2 pairing, and the third line was a -1 as well. Let's check the goaltenders. Sogard had a great game, a .935 and a .200 goal against average. This series is back to even at 3 apiece. Colin White only scoring goals. Who cares about assists? This line is not looking fantastic. Neither line is really. Let's try that, or let's try getting Norris up there. I like Norris, the fact that he's a 2-way forward. Roslovic's a 2-way forward too. Who's played better? He's got a goal -2. He's got an assist -2. Chalopik is a playmaker. We have playmaker, 2-way forward, 2-way forward. I think I'll stick with that, and we'll do the +1s all the way down. Stutzel's up to an 88 too, which is nice to see. Same as Colin White. They're going to put Gibson back in net, and I am fine with that. I'm not too worried about Gibson. I think he'll have a bounce-back game here. Hopefully, kind of shake off the rust after that one night off. So let's go ahead, simulate game number 5 that could prove to be a turning point in the series. Let's go, boys. First period, it's 2-0. Fleury and Ovechkin score on Gibson early from poor spots on the ice. It's not like they're right in tight. Second period, it's 3-1. Roslovic does cut it back to 1, but Brendan Gallagher gets the 2-goal lead for Montreal back. Oh my goodness. We get a power play. Can we cut it? We can't cut it. And Riley Smith scores a 4th goal on John Gibson, who's having an absolutely horrific series. And I mean horrific. The dude hasn't allowed less than 4 goals yet, I don't think. So anyway, with 3 minutes to go, there's no heroic comeback brewing. And with that, we are down 3-2 in this one. What worked? What didn't work? The -2 was Manson and Hamilton, Puljujarvi, White, Kerfoot. Oh my. Just everybody was a minus. I don't know if I found a plus on the entire team. But I know what needs to be done. It needs to be Gibson to the bench here for Mads Sogard. We're going to see how it works. I don't really have a lot of faith that this is going to work. But maybe I will go ahead and do something like, oh gosh, yeah, I can't. Maybe Dougie Hamilton back on this first line. I need anything. Actually, Brandstrom and Shabbat are a +2, so I'll take it. White for Stützle, Puljujarvi for Worrell. I think we're gonna do that. Get actually Forsberg for Puljujarvi down there on the third line. He's a +1. I'm promoting guys that really maybe don't deserve it, but I gotta change up some of the chemistry right now. Let's go, boys. Game number 6, playoff lives on the line. Can we get it done? First period, 3-0. Pelletier scoring the natural Hattie in the first period. Pelletier, the third line clicking, the second power play unit clicking. Oh my word, Pelletier, announce yourself to the National Hockey League on a huge stage. Second period, 4-1. Chalopik gets us a 4th goal. It is a 4-1 lead. Brendan Gallagher getting the only goal for Montreal so far. A 5-on-3 power play. Montreal's taking a lot of power plays. They're forcing it. And Philip Forsberg with the goal on Carey Price. Brendan Gallagher is really the only thing that's bothering me right now. Stützle on that second line getting a good goal. Things clicked here in this one. A 6-2 lead with just about 5 minutes to go. Good to see Stützle get on the board. Forsberg as well. The power play took off this game. Radulov is going to score a consolation goal, make it look closer than it actually was. This is one that the scoreline reflects the dominant performance. And what a game it was from Pelletier. The fact that he's even after scoring a hat trick, I mean, he did score 2 on the power play, right? Fowler and Drysdale and Roslovic were all pluses. Hamilton, Shabbat, Stützle, Manson, basically the defensive core was a minus, the top 2 pairings. But in goal, Sogard, another good performance, a 921, 3 goals against. That's okay, especially with the 921, I will take. And we have game 7 on the horizon. It's time to make sure that the goaltenders are set properly. Mads Sogard, get your butt in there, bud. Get John Gibson. Look at those are horrible stats. Those are like horrible stats. Anyway, we're not going to touch a thing. Rolling into it with the same lines as last game. Game 7 on home ice. Can we keep the offense flowing? That was huge. 6 goals, and you probably will never lose in the playoffs. I said probably. You might lose a couple games. Very rare, though. First period, offense is flowing. Defense kind of slipping up there. Although 17 shots for us. You got to think that the game is in our favor. Brendan Gallagher gets the game started, followed closely by Puljujarvi, then Josh Anderson, then Logan Brown, and then we took the lead 3-2. Brennan Worrell, but then Ryan Paling. So up and down the lineup, everybody is scoring. Second period, it is 6-4. Stützle gets us the lead for 3. 5-4 on the power play goal from Forsberg. 6-3 on the power play goal from Stützle, and then 6-4 Petrie. What a game. Game 7. This is entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Imagine watching this. This would be just a crazy game to have tickets to or to watch on TV. Brady Tkachuk with the goal on Carey Price. The power play has actually been huge for us, and I think that might have been an even strength. A 4-on-4. Worrell gets us an 8th goal, and guys, you can't say anything about it. The team came to play today. Here we go, boys. Round number 2. Your Ottawa Senators just booked their ticket after an 8-4 win over Montreal. Oh my word. Does anybody a minus? Tkachuk, Forsberg, White. That first line was a big old minus, but they did contribute some points. Puljujarvi with Fowler, Drysdale, and Roslovic, I think, did I give him the extra ice time? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Sogard didn't have a great game at all, but you know what? The offense came to play. Their goalies had a worse game than ours, which is tough to do. And I'm really worried about John Gibson. He's going to go back in net to start the next round against Tampa Bay. It doesn't get any easier, ladies and gentlemen, but our road to the Stanley Cup has to go through Tampa now. Hope you guys are going to come back for the next one. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you want to see some more, and I will see you guys in round number 2.